What is going on, everybody? David Productions 345 here. You guys see the title of the video, the top 5 things to keep in your car if you want to survive, if you want to be prepared for anything that happens. So I hate long intros, so without further ado, let's get right into the video, guys. Alrighty, guys, so the first thing on the list is actually going to be an emergency kit that has first aid supplies, non-perishable snacks, and a flashlight. Some non-perishable snack ideas include granola bars, protein bars, pretzels, rice cakes, cheese crackers, jerky, and anything else you can think of. All my stuff is in here, my first aid supplies, etc. Bandages, gauze, all that stuff is in there. Next thing I want to mention is having a spare tire, a lug wrench, and a jack. So some of these cars actually come with a scissor jack in the back and a spare tire. I know the newer ones, most of them don't. But if you don't have one, guys, make sure to find one, because it's way easier to change your own tire on the road if you have a spare tire with you, and instead of waiting for like a AAA truck or something to help you. A lot cheaper if you know what you're doing. I have actually 2 spare tires. One of them is in my garage just in case, and one of them is in the back of my car. I have a scissor jack as well, and I have one of those lug wrenches, and I also have a breaker bar with the socket size I need to take off my rims. So that all works out. It's very important, because before I had this really annoying, like, you guys know the scissor jack, how it has the weird bar to raise it up. I have one of those as well that I used to use, but it was so much slower, so I got a ratcheting breaker bar. So that's way more useful, because you can go quicker and jack up your vehicle quicker, and also take off your lug nuts. The third thing on this list is actually jumper cables, but I'm going to mention having one of these is way easier, because you can jump start your own vehicle. This has USB chargers right there. It has an air compressor built in, it has a flashlight built in, and basically it's an all-in-one unit. I keep this in my car at all times. It's very useful to help myself jump my car, and also if I see somebody pulled over, they need a jump, I usually help them as well, just because I love helping people. But having one of these units, guys, is very important, because it's way easier than using jumper cables, because especially if you don't know what you're doing, if you're putting the wrong cable on the wrong terminal, and then something bad could happen. But these units are way more easier, because there's only 2 things, positive and negative, instead of 2 different connectors on each side. So these units are kind of expensive though. This one I think was $150 for the DeWalt one. There's a bunch of different options. This one can jumpstart my V8 perfectly fine, no problems there. Number 4 on this list, guys, is a basic toolkit. So this includes wrenches, screwdrivers, pliers, and even sockets. So guys, the coolest thing is that I know exactly what parts of my car, most of them actually, like what size bolts they have. My lug nuts are 22 millimeter. Most of my fender bolts and such are 13 or 10. My front bumper stuff is 10 or 8. So in my car I have an 8 millimeter, a 10 millimeter, a 13, a 22. I think I actually have 2 of each. So it's very convenient, because especially if you know what you're doing, you can do some work on the side of the road. Let me just pop my toolkit open, because it'll be a lot easier to explain that, guys. All right, everybody, let's pop the trunk real quick. Here's my toolkit. Coolest part about this is that I have it strapped in. It's a little hole right here to hook it around with these bungees, and the other part attached to, let me get the camera in there, my floor mat. I have another one attached for this umbrella. So let me undo this all real quick. Here's my toolbox. Starting off up here, got some batteries, got some fuses. We got more batteries here. This side, got a pen. Let's open her up. Here we go. Got pliers, needle nose, cutters, screwdrivers. Got a cool knife from Runnings. Some clamps for hoses and such. This is electrical tape right here. Wrenches, measuring tape, another wrench, another clamp, small pry bar, ratchet right here, more pliers. Down here, big red thing is first aid kit, hammer, microfiber towels, 3M tape. These are sockets. The specific size is like an 8, 10, 13, another 22. Another socket with an extension. This is for a tire repair kit. Other things in here somewhere. Got some zip ties down here. Got a safety thing right here, the orange triangle. I think I have a poncho in here as well. Got right here a flexible, extendable ratchet. I got a whole bunch of stuff in here, guys. This is my main toolbox for my car. Everything I would need is in here. Best part about this is, as I mentioned before, it's compact. Shove it in the corner of my car. Here, take the rope, bungee strap, whatever you want to call it. Hook it around. Then I take the umbrella, put on the top, other bungee, and hook that in. Guys, I'm not saying have a whole huge toolbox with you, but having a big size one, especially if you don't use your trunk that much, is very important. So you can do basic maintenance. So anyways, let's get on to number 5. Number 5 is one of the most important things, especially in the winter time, having extra layers, which means blankets, clothes, shoes, socks, underwear. I have these really nice wool socks in here. Actually, I just got these for Christmas, but you guys see the material. These are so comfortable, especially if you need them in a pinch. If you're in a colder area like me, where I live in an area where it has a lot of snow, having an extra layer of clothes is important, because especially if you're playing basketball or something, you're sweating, you can change your clothes. If you're stuck somewhere where it's really cold out, you can throw on another jacket or have a blanket with you as well to make sure you're warm. So making sure you guys are safe in the winter time is very important, because especially if you don't know what you're doing based on you get stuck somewhere, having an extra layer of clothes and such is very important as well. So I'm going to try to find a place to keep these socks and such and clothes and such so it's out of the way. Probably going to make like a little duffel bag and throw it in the back of my car, because not many people sit in the car, so probably be the best idea. So making like a small duffel bag worth of clothes, shoes, socks, underwear, having a blanket in the back as well, very important. So some honorable mentions include this. This is a knife, but it has a glass breaker and a seatbelt cutter. I keep this in my little compartment right here. It's very convenient, because especially if I get in a situation where I need a knife to cut something, I can have that. I can flip it out. Or if I need to cut my seatbelt, it's right here. Or if I need to break glass, it's right here. I'm not going to demonstrate it because that's a stupid idea. But these are very convenient. This is a Smith & Wesson. Let me open this up for you guys real quick. Smith & Wesson. So another honorable mention I want to mention is actually going to be a phone charger. So making sure your phone is charged up is very important as well, with a power bank. So I have a 10,000 milliamp power bank. It is upstairs charging right now. But having one of those thrown in the car is awesome, especially if your car dies and you don't have a jump starter. Then first of all, if you don't, then you're screwing yourself over. But basically, having a power bank is important, because then if you're stuck somewhere, you can keep charging up your phone and keep trying to reach help and such. So that's definitely important as well. Make sure to get a good one, guys. There's a bunch of crappy ones out there that are really not good, but getting like a 10,000 milliamp one is not a bad idea. Anyways, guys, that is basically the list. Top 5 things to keep in your car to keep yourself safe. Hope you guys got something out of this video. Hopefully this was informational enough for you guys. Anyways, we're on the road to 1,000 subscribers, so make sure you like the video, make sure you subscribe, make sure you turn notifications on, share this video with your friends. Without further ado, guys, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out, guys.